So, Kosovare, you have played against England numerous times, but if you were to compare the teams that you have played against, say, just a year ago or in the Euros 2022, what would you say the strengths are of the English team today? Well, at the heart of it, it's the same. They have a way of playing that we're used to because we've played against one another a few times, twice in the last year. So their strengths, well, they have a large number of incredibly skilled players that we need to keep an eye on. And like all opponents, we analyze them thoroughly before a match. And once the match starts, we will be ready. When you talk to many players in the Swedish team, you get the feeling that many people think that this is the best team during the Gerhardsson era, that you've got a good vibe going. Can you agree with that? And what then would the difference be compared to before? No, we have an incredible belief in one another and the entire team. And we do play a very intense and physical football. And since Peter took over as coach, that has developed us. And we have developed enormously over these past few years and gotten better and better. And several players have a lot more experience now of international football. We've got a lot of players who play in major clubs in Europe and get experience from that. And then you come here and then you kind of mesh it all together somehow. And it feels as if we are a very hungry side now. We want success. Kosovare, this might come to penalties once you pass the group stage. What do you think of penalty shootouts? What, in general? Yeah, what do you think about going into a penalty shootout? Do you like it? I don't think anyone really likes a penalty shootout, but it is part of the game. And of course, you practice it before because there is a risk that it might go all the way to a penalty shootout. But of course, I think that there's no team in the world who wouldn't want to decide it before that. So, what you're going to do if that happens? Well, we've got a game plan. And of course, we have analyzed England. England is very skilled as a side, and we do respect them and their way of playing and what they've shown us so far in this tournament. We have a plan to tackle that. Hi there, Kosovare. I would like to piggyback on what Lasse said, but you now go into the uh, uh, first quarterfinal stage here. What's the feeling before a match like this? Well, it feels a little as if the tournament really gets going once the group stage is over. We've been at this stage in almost every championship, so we feel we're used to it. We have experience of these kind of matches, and it's a little bit like the fun starts now. These are the matches that are fun to play when you test your mettle against the best teams, and it's just a longing for the game to start now, enabling us to play our kind of football. And of course, it's going to be an incredibly tough match, but I do think that we're fairly evenly matched, and that's you can tell that from the last two games against England, two draws. So it's going to be very tough. When we talked to Magdalena and Hurtig, there was some mixed feelings about the 4-0 loss against England in the Euros. Magda sees that as a motivator, while Hurtig has suppressed that match. Have you thought about it? I haven't thought about that match at all, to be honest with you. What is most recent in my mind are the two most recent matches against England, two draws. And since then, a lot of things have happened after that, of course. We played a number of matches after that against other teams, and that's what you need to focus on. But of course, it's not as if I've completely forgotten that match, but it's not something that I dwell on at all. For my own part, I'm just longing for this game to start and then start it with the attitude of, yes, we're going to win this match. Hey, Kosovare. when you come into this stage of the tournament, is a win or lose. How do you keep your heads cool here? You're not thinking about what might happen after. If you win this match, how do you focus on the here and now? Well, as in all tournaments, we've got our procedures. You do things off the pitch to make you feel good. We hang out together, and we have worked a lot on our group dynamics, which is incredibly important in championships like this one, and the feeling you have before a game. And I have the feeling that people are pretty relaxed. They're ready. There are always, special feelings about these kind of win or lose matches. But we do know in Sweden, when we come to this stage of a tournament, we go out onto the pitch together with a clear game plan about what we want to do, what we want to achieve. And that's the focus we have. We know that we always have each other, and we enter into a game 100% together, and we're going to do the job 100% together. And that's the feeling. We're a fairly physical side, but we're going to fight until we collapse. We're going to run till we fall over, and that's how you should see Sweden. And to follow up on that, you're fairly experienced now in this team. You're an older player. What's your role vis-a-vis the younger players who have not been in this situation before? It's about trying to engender a sense of calm, a sense of this is something we do every day. We play football every day. Try to remove the drama from it. Whatever game you go onto the pitch to play, you have in your mind a goal of winning it, and that's what we strive for at any time. There are no other thoughts. Do we have any more questions in Swedish, or should we skip to English? You are usually quite good at not focusing too much on the other team and not talking about the opposition very much. But when you heard what Ella Toon said that you should be afraid of England, what do you say about that? Well, we do respect England. We respect the team that they have and what they have achieved so far and all that. But fear, no, we don't have the word fear in our dictionary. We look up the word courage. We want to be a courageous side, and that's what we want to show on the pitch. And of course, you have to respect one of the best sides in the world. That's what we're going to play against. And we have a perfect game plan to win this match. And we have that strength within our own side that we want to achieve the football that we want to represent. And that's what we want to continue to present on the pitch. So I do feel more a sense of longing. We're longing to start to the game tomorrow. We want to go out, we want to play our football intensely, physically, and then we'll see how long that will take us. But in our minds, there is only one outcome, and that is our winning the game.
Let's take a couple of questions in English as well. We can start over here.
Hi, Kosovare. I'm just wondering, England have been quite open about the fact that they respect Sweden and they're expecting a really difficult game. I'm just wondering, one of the things they said was they feel Sweden have been sort of underappreciated going into this, not being talked about one of the favourites. Do you feel a bit underappreciated going into this game and into the tournament?
I feel like Sweden we're always flying under the radar, I would say. And it's something that kind of suits us because obviously we think that we are one of the best teams in the world due to the result we've been doing the last few years and from the tournaments. And but people rarely speak about us as someone that can win the gold. So I think we, like I said, we're flying under the radar, and it suits us kind of because I think like we know we can beat any team in the world when we have our best day. So I think it's we don't think about it too much, but I think definitely people should talk about us more.
And obviously these two teams know each other so well, but there are lots of similarities between the two teams as well. Just wondering what kind of game you're expecting. I know you won't tell us the game plan, but what kind of game are you expecting in terms of intensity, physicality?
Yeah, it's always tough games when we play against each other. So I think it's going to be a really even game. So I would say England, they have a lot of talented players, while our biggest strength lies in the team and the way we play as a team. So I think we can expect a really intense football game, and from our part, obviously a physical game, because we love to play those kind of games when it's a physical battle. So I think it's going to be a tough and even game. So may the best team win.
Hi, Kosovare. There are lots of English-based players in the Sweden squad, and therefore a lot of the England players familiar coming up against them. How could that perhaps help you in the game tomorrow?
I think it's both ways. I mean, obviously the Swedish players know a lot of the English players, but it's the same on the other side. The English player knows the Swedish players. So I think it's just about, it's an advantage both sides. And let's see tomorrow who will gain the most from it.
And you've mentioned physicality a few times, and we saw England lose to a France side that were very physical and very powerful. Is that physical area somewhere you feel you can perhaps get on top of England tomorrow?
I think the physical part has always been the strength in our team, and that is something we need to have going into games. While when you see the English squad, it's also it's a really talented team with a lot of experience, and we have a lot of respect for the English team, but we also have a game plan that we're working towards, and I think that's the most important thing, to be humble and respect the opponents, and really analyze them. So we really analyze them like we do with all of our opponents. So we hope we can get our game plan through tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we have two more questions in the back, in the dark, if you still want. Yeah, perfect.
Hi, Kosa. Nice to see you.
Oh, hi.
Hope you're well. A long time. Just a quick one from me. Obviously, having played with you in Linköping, and to see your career grow and still playing, incredible. So kind of 2009, fast forward 16 years. For yourself, how have these tournaments changed from that first one that you first played in 2009 to now, personally on and off the pitch?
Oh, yeah, it's changed a lot. Obviously, the investments we're getting into the women's game right now, it's on another level from 2009 when I started when I played my first tournament, and I think the game is growing all the time, and I think and with the visibility, that the sport is getting now, and the recognition. I mean, when you watch women's football now, you want to watch it because it's intense and it's fun. We don't die. No, but I think it's developing the sports when we get those investments into the game. So it's a huge difference, because I remember we had our names on our shirts, but you couldn't switch shirts. It's from that far back. It's crazy when I think about it, how much it's been growing and how much we still will grow. So it's cool to be part of it. It's nice to see you.
A final question from the back.
Hi, you talked about the physical battle. We've been hearing a lot from England about them being proper English, but given all the English footballing experience with you and the rest of the team, can you actually match them in that? Will that be enough from England to adopt this proper English approach, given all your experience of English football in the team?
I mean, the English league is a really physical league, so they are a physical team as well. We have it kind of in our history-wise going through. But with our kind of football, from looking years back, because we always had the physical part. I feel like the Swedish team has become like a more technical side, you know, and we play a more like intense football. So I think that the combination of playing an intense football and combining with the physical part, I mean, it's that's why we've been developing so much as a national team. But I think the English team definitely has a physical part as well. And we are like, but when we enter the pitch, I feel like the collective is our strength. And I think that is what's taken us here. And that's our biggest strength, playing as a team.